Hi guys, I'm Nayantara Rai reporting for ET Now, and today I've got an exclusive story for all of you. In the run-up to Union Budget on 1st of February, expectations are running high from Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman for all stakeholders of the economy, and startups are of course one of them. With this clarion call of boosting domestic capital, of becoming Aatmanirbhar, of not relying on foreign capital, the expectations are that Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will make announcements to this effect, which will attract domestic capital. We are being told by our sources that the Finance Ministry has very seriously looked at a proposal for Budget 2021 to allow Indian insurance companies and Indian pension companies, the NPS, to invest in Indian startups ecosystem, and this could be via AIFs, the Alternative Investment Funds, fund of fund, that route being there. Rules are very stringent right now, which ring fence insurance companies from having any exposure when it comes to overseas. So you will require a lot of paperwork to this effect. When it comes to pension, it is such a sensitive subject. You're talking about life savings of people, savings that they've been protecting to use when they are older. So yes, you do need all kinds of measures that should be allowed, but the thinking also is right now, global pension funds can actually partner with the fund of funds, with alternative investment funds to invest in Indian startups. So why shouldn't that be the case for domestic capital that can be raised from the Indian pension companies? As far as insurance goes, just look at LIC. It gets premiums of over 5 lakh crore rupees in a year. The idea being to tap into a small portion of that, literally a drop in the ocean, which can mean so much for the startup ecosystem. The new economy is something which this government is looking so closely at. And if you remember, just a few days ago, we at ET Now had broken another big story, once again for the startups, to make them Aatmanirbhar, to make this ecosystem even more resilient. And that had to do with the direct overlisting option. We are still hearing that the government is very serious about it, how it is going to allow Indian startups, Indian unicorns to directly list overseas. It could be the NASDAQ, it could be Singapore, it's the stock exchange of their choice. And these stock exchanges, of course, the investors understand internet companies, SaaS companies, they understand technology companies. So you have the depth over there. What may have the ecosystem, however, worried is that will there have to be a mandatory secondary listing in India? There, the jury is out, and we'll know only when the announcement is made to this effect. But today's story, of course, being as far as pension funds and insurance companies go, how they could be allowed. And in fact, we are also being told how there have been high-level meetings that have been held between all the regulators and the finance ministry. We're talking about senior bureaucrats from finance ministry, talking with the insurance regulator, the pension regulator, as well as the market regulator, SEBI. In fact, just last year, the former Minister of State for Finance, Jayant Sinha, had led a standing committee on bolstering the startup ecosystem, and this was one of the big suggestions even made by that House panel. That is, allow the Indian pension and insurance companies to be a part of India's startup story.